There was urgency in the voice of my mother as I talked with her over the phone. There was quite some urgency in her voice. Chochi, I want to see you, Tata. Can you make arrangement to come? Well, the tone in her voice, the urgency, definitely, I just couldn't ignore. And therefore, I felt that I had to really travel to Misiwa village. I had to be in Misiwa village. Maybe how did it exactly start? I landed in Misiwa village. Well, and as I walked down the paths that I walked as a boy many years ago, I walked along these paths grazing animals. I walked along these paths looking for shrubs, for firewood. I mean, I was so nostalgic, oh my goodness. It was with nostalgia, with ancient, sweet memories that I really walked along these paths, looking at the bushes, the shrubs. I relieved myself in many of these shrubs, since during that time there were no pit latrines, there were no toilets. And therefore, the environment, the road, the bushes, they really have a lot of sentimental value to me. And my mind was full, it was racing, most especially trying to wonder what is it that my mom is calling me about? What was the urgency? And therefore, even as I walked along these paths, my memory, my heart, my blood, and everything about me was really moving very fast. Yeah, it was really moving very fast. Oh my goodness, with every step I made along these paths, it's like I could hear my own echo of the footprints, the footsteps. It's like I could feel the earth shaking below me, looking at the numerous trees, the road, the shrubs. And for the first time, despite the fact that I had moved into this, I had moved along this path so many times, I felt something new. There was something special, something very unique about this place. It was like I could hear the resonance of my own footsteps on the ground. Yes, it sounded loud, loud drums with every footstep that I made. I could feel it. I mean, just looking at this path that has been made by animals over the years, I could smell something so unique. Well, interestingly, I have been to see my mom so many times before, but today was so special, it was so unique. And even as I walked along these paths, it's like it was a whole new place to me. I mean, it's like I was experiencing it for the first time. Looking at the terrain, the bananas at the background, the rocks, the gentle sloping ground, it just evoked memories of many years gone by. And I just loved what I was seeing. And I just felt connected, not just to myself, but I felt connected even to my ancestors. I felt something. There was something special, something powerful, walking along the paths that I walked as a boy, seeing the anthills, the vegetation. Of course, a lot of it has been destroyed to pave way for cultivation, for farming, and all that. Walking along these paths connected me to my past. It connected me to my history. Oh my goodness. I have never felt this kind of sensation. I mean, look at the paths. I walked down this path going to the river to take our animals to have a drink so many years ago as a little boy. And today, I have that unique connection. I can just feel it. I can feel it into my distant future, into my distant past. It's like I'm being born anew, a whole new me, born afresh. And for quite a while, I stood on the road, just not wanting to go to the homestead to see my mom. And even seeing the goats pass by, it evoked memories gone by. Oh my goodness, look at the beautiful goats. And I can tell which goat would give the best soup even by just looking at them. Yes, that one there would keep the best soup. And it just evoked good memories of my childhood. Finally, I was home and my mom, my mother, Mokami Chacha Chacha, gave me an extremely very warm welcome. And we had a meal together. And immediately after having a meal together, we got down to a family talk. And she said, my son, Chochi, I'm not growing younger by the day. My days are moving. My son, I want to thank you for being what you have been to me. I want to thank you for the grandchildren that you have given to me. They mean so much to me. Son, I want also to remind you that there are rituals, there are Abakuria rituals, traditions that I'm supposed to do for you while I'm still there. You have to comply with the requirement of the Abakuria people. For instance, there are certain unfinished business that you have to finish. You are also not growing any younger, my son, and therefore, this is the reason why I called you. Some of these things that I want to share with you. However, there are quite a number of pertinent issues. These pertinent issues, unfortunately, are personal. They are classified, and I may not share them here, but just want to say that we had probably one of the biggest, the most meaningful, candid discussion with my mom, who challenged me on a wide range of issues, who taught me many things, reminding me of our traditions, reminding me of expectations of a man who has become of age, of a man who now has a family, and a man who is aging. After those family matters, then my mom inquired about my possibility of being jailed. My mom was concerned. She had heard from people, from passers-by, that very likely I could end up in jail. Very likely I could be thrown into prison to serve possibly some prison sentence. And I had to explain to her, and I told her, Mama, yes, it is true. I could end up in prison. A very rich and powerful family wants to have me jailed. Mama, I am a grown-up now. I'm an elderly person. And it's not that I had to assure my mom, really, that Mom, it's not that I have committed any crime. Actually, I had to really convince her that I've not wronged anyone. On the contrary, I'm the one who has been wronged. Mama, don't worry about me. I will take the bull by the horn. You gave birth to a warrior. You gave birth to Omomura, who is a warrior, and I'm not afraid, Mama. If it means going to prison for standing up for what I believe, Mama, then I will just do it for the honor of my family, myself, and even more so, you, Mama. Don't worry about me. It shall be well. It shall be well. I reminded my mother of what my father always taught me. Do good and live a good life. Be at peace with everyone. And I reminded my mother, telling her that I have to uphold the teaching of my father, whom I was so proud of. Mama, I told her, you gave birth to a truthful person. I'm honest, and I've always lived a honest life. But thank you so much, Mama, for everything you have told me, for your wise counsel. I will uphold it. I will think about it. Mama, give me a little time. I know most of the things you have told me border between modernity and traditional life, but I will try to see how I will merge them so that my mother, I don't lose focus. I don't go astray, so that I don't go back to living in the 1940s, in the 19s, maybe 30s. But thank you so much, Mama. You are an angel. I love you, Mama. And even as we concluded, I held her hand as we stood up so that she may take me around the compound. I was a visitor in my own home. I wanted to see where my father lies. I wanted to see where my father sleeps for the last 32 years or so. Now I understood the urgency in my mother's voice. Indeed, there was a lot of urgency, very urgent.